Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now it has been a while since I've done a book haul, so I have not a ton of books to haul like I normally have when I do these. I've said this in other videos before that if I haul a book in like a vlog or another video, that I don't necessarily do it in my actual sit down official haul videos. So first of all, we'll do the ones that I got out of town first. So in October, the first weekend of October, my friends and I ventured up to Salem, Massachusetts for a fun weekend. I'm someone who's in it for the historical value. I'm not necessarily in it for the hype of Halloween. Like, I would be just as happy to go up there any other time of the year. But we just figured October was like the time to go. We went the first weekend of October, so it wasn't like super crazy at the time. And also there was more like things to do technically, because I don't know, I mean, I would go up again in like some other time of the year when it wasn't quite so crowded and crazy with tourists, but I don't think a lot of the stuff is even, some of the stuff's not even like open during the other parts of the year, because their big tourist traffic time is Halloween season. So anyway, so while I was there, we went into a couple different shops, and of course I got a book of Salem, the cornerstone of the historic city, just different, you know, places, the houses and the famous like different places to visit. We did visit quite a few. This is the House of Seven Gables. We did visit this place, which is really cool inside. It has like this secret staircase behind the fireplace that is super, like, a servant's quarters, like super narrow and like twisty and windy. Is wild. But so there was some fun just historical facts about the city and the different locations that you can visit. And then of course, I'm a person who, I think of a Halloween that I like buy into is the thinning of the veil between the living and the dead. So I'm in it for like the All Hallows Eve, the pagan part of it, the pagan holiday part of it, and like just the ghosts. And I'm a big person into hauntings and like real hauntings. So of course I had to get a book about the ghosts of Salem. Some of the more popular ones that we're all aware of, like the witch house and all like the witchy things associated with the Salem witch trials and all of that. But of course there's some other places. This was a big maritime city, so I have that. And then one of the other cool things we went to was this pirate museum. Now there's two different pirate museums. There's the Pirate Museum, but then there's another one that's like the Real Pirates of Salem. If you have a chance to go to the Real Pirates of Salem, because it's a much more interesting exhibit in my opinion. The whole exhibit is based on the story of this pirate ship that was found off the coast of Cape Cod, I believe. And it's a dive site. They have real artifacts, real authentic registered treasure that you can touch. And there's a story attached to it. The person who runs the museum is one of the people that actually goes out to the dive site and knows the whole history of the ship. He's done firsthand experience with recovering these artifacts and preserving them and maintaining the museum, and it's really, really interesting. I highly recommend it. But there, I got a book on pirates. I got Under the Black Flag, The Romance and the Reality of Life Among the Pirates. So this is, I actually really need to read more about, because the pirates to me are so, like, the history of piracy and privateering is so fascinating to me, but I don't read a whole lot about it. These are like some of my nonfiction. I have another nonfiction somewhere, I don't remember where it is, but so those are the ones I got while I was away out of town. Next we'll do the couple that I got in like Target and the random stores. So the first one I got was The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This was, I think it was one I got at Target. And I believe this is a ghostwriter who meets an actual ghost. That's from my understanding. I know there's a lot of hype surrounding it. It's got a lot of great reviews. And then the other one I got, which I think I got picked up at my work, was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Now I was kind of like not into the hype surrounding Colleen Hoover kind of turned me off of her. And then everyone got really, really excited about It Starts With Us that was released earlier this year. And I never read the first book. You know what? This wasn't from work. because I remember bitching to my coworker that when I was putting the books out that we received, that we got a shit ton of It Starts With Us and we didn't have the first book. So I think I probably got this one at Target too. So I want to figure out what all the hype's about, pick one up and read it. The only other Colleen Hoover I have is Verity, which I haven't read yet, but it's probably the only one I've actually was really interested in checking out and reading. Next, we'll go into the ones that I got off of Amazon. A couple I did not buy myself. They were gifted to me, but the first one was a pre-order, and that is Demon in the Wood by Lee Bardugo and Danny Pendergast, who I think did the artwork. And this is a origin story, a graphic novel origin story of the Darkling from the Shadow and Bone series, which I have not read it yet. I was going to read it on the way up to Salem because it's like a 5-hour drive, but stupid me didn't consider the fact that we were leaving late in the afternoon, so it was going to get dark. So that didn't happen, and I haven't read it, picked it up since, but I pre-ordered this. I was super, super excited to read it. I'll probably read it. I know season 2 is coming out, I think March or something, I think. So I'm probably going to try to read it before that comes out for sure. The other two I got are by the same author. She was getting married and did a sale on all of her books. So, and that was Candy Steiner. The first one I got was Weightless. And this one, I don't even know what it's about. I don't remember. A lot of these I probably couldn't remember to tell you what it was about, but it sounded really, really good. So I have that one. And then the other one by her I got was On the Way to You, which I think she mentioned is one of the her favorite books that she's written, which is why I picked it. And then these last two were gifted to me. The first one being The Wreckage of Us by Brittany Cherry. She is a runaway or something. She's an abused girl who hides out in his barn or his shed, in an abandoned shed on his grandpa's farm, and they take her in, and then he becomes like a rock star or something and makes it big, and then like disappears. And that kind of like throws off the whole like vibe dynamic of the story, but I don't know, the beginning part at least sounds right up my alley, so I can't wait to read this one. I do want to read more of Brittany Cherry. I still have to read her Elements, the rest of her Elements series. I read the first book, but I want to read the other 3. And this one actually just came in the mail today. That one I was expecting, well, not that, I didn't know it was going to be that book, but I was expecting a gifted book to come. This one I did not know was also coming, and I think it's funny. So it's Man, Fuck This House by Brian Assman, and it just sounds like such... It's a short book. It's not even 200 pages, but it sounds like a ride and a fun time. So Sabrina Haskins and her family moved into their dream home. Weird things start happening, like the house is haunted, their neighbors disappear all the time. Like, it sounds like it's just gonna be like kind of like a spoof of a like haunted house horror movie. I don't know. And then we're gonna go into the books I got off of Pango. Whoops, I just knocked my whole past stack over. The first one I got was War by Laura Thalassa. This is book 2 of her 4 Horsemen series. I have all the other books. I was only missing this one. So thankfully I managed to get it at a decent price on Pango. Then I have a book I actually already read, and that's Steel King by Daphne Perry. There was a read along. I have a vlog, I think a couple vlogs where they did a read along for this whole series, and I read it on Kindle Unlimited. But oh my god, the series was so good. So I wanted to get the entire series in paperback. So far I have the first one. But I would say book 2 is my absolute favorite, Riven Knight. So yeah, I do want to start collecting all of these. And I have a bunch of other like small town romance authors I really want to collect as well. Next we have Love Unexpected by QB Tyler. This is a taboo age gap. I don't remember exactly who he is to her. Next we have another one I've been dying to get to and I really want to get to. I didn't realize just how thick it was though, and that's Here With Me by Samantha Young. I didn't realize was a series. I thought it was just a standalone book, but it's the first book of the Adair family series, and it takes place in Dublin, I believe. Is it Dublin? No, the Scottish Highlands. Where did I get? There's a lot of books I have that are set in like Ireland or Scotland, but this is set in the Scottish Highlands, but like modern times, so yes, please. And then the next one I have is Marriage for One by Ella Mays. And this is another one that, again, chunky. It's a chunk of a book. It's very heavy. This is one that's been sitting on my wish list for a super long, like a couple years now. And I think this is A Marriage of Convenience? Maybe? I don't remember, but I know I want to read it. And then the next one I was really, really excited to find that was super cheap, and that is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. So I know I wanted to read this. I could never remember what the hell it was about. I still vaguely remember. I think he's like a big famous football player and she is his housekeeper or something. She quits. He's an asshole. She quits, and then he realizes that he can't live without her. He needs her, like, he's her, like, good luck charm and needs her around, so he begs her to come back, and this is their story. Now, I've never read a Mariana Zapata, and I know that she is the queen of slow burn, but as far as I'm aware, the payoff at the end is completely worth it, and this is one of everyone's favorites. This one, and also Culty and From Lukov with Love, but this is the one. I'm a football girl. Okay. Now we're into the books that I got at the used bookstore, which if y'all have watched my recent vlogs from Vlogmas, I've gotten far more than I'm going to show you right now, especially the huge Gianna Darling haul that I received. We're just, I don't know if you can see it. It's over there. You can't see it. But there are so many books that I got from her. So the first one I got was On Dublin Street by Samantha Young. This is what I was thinking of, I think, the one that takes place in Dublin. This has also been I don't know, she starts place in Scotland. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Dublin Street in Scotland. Okay. I don't know, but I've been wanting, this has been on my radar for a while. I've been wanting to read it. I finally got a copy of it. It was $3, so I was gonna pick it up. Then I got a horror. It's The Hunger by Alma Katsu. This one that's like some kind of Donner Party thing, which I think was most fascinating to me because it's based on like a real event. So we have that one. And here's one that my other nonfiction one I got. This has actually been on my Amazon wish list for a really long time. I almost bought it at the Pirate Museum in Salem when we were there, but it was like $20 some, and it's only $9 on Amazon. I found it at the used bookstore for $3. And it's in great condition, and that's The Republic of Pirates, being the true and surprising story of the American Caribbean pirates and the man who brought them down. So, yes. Again, I need to read more. Like, I like reading nonfiction when I'm in the mood for it, but I need to read more of it. It just takes me forever to get into. Okay, and then next we have, this is one I don't really know about. I never heard of it. It was just kind of like I saw it sitting on the shelf and I'm like, oh, okay. And that's Wrecked by Leah Stone. I don't know what this is about. They were married at 18. Now they're 22 and divorced. I guess it's a love triangle. She marries one guy, gets divorced. Then there's another guy who was a guy from high school. She never had a chance lift. He's the leader of it's an MC book. Leader of the local motorcycle gang. He's not exactly an outstanding citizen, but he's the one bright spot in my life. He's exactly what I need right now. Until her Bryce, who can never accept losing, decides he's not ready to let me go, and he comes back. So this is a love triangle and an MC. So, again, up my alley. But again, an author I never heard of, book never heard of, so I'm going to give it a try, see what we think. And the rest of these are all, okay, one more. And then the rest are all historical. So the next one I got was A Touch of Stone and Snow by Milla Vane. This is the second book of A Gathering of Dragons, I think. I do need to get the first book. I don't have the first book yet, I don't think. Which is A Heart of Blood and Ashes. So I need to get the first one of this. But again, I saw this on the shelf. It was $3, so I picked it up. This might have actually even been when I was there for the Black Friday sale, and it was a 10 for $1, 10 for 10. So it might have actually been from that haul. Okay, the rest of these are all historicals. I've got a couple of them. The first one being The Laird Who Loved Me by Karen Hawkins. I have quite a few of her. I don't know if this is in a series, but I have a few of them. Most of these I don't know what they're about. I just see Highlander or like Scottish or plaid or whatever, and I just pick it up. Next, I got A Tessa Dare, The Governess Game. It's a Girl Meets Duke series. I don't know which books I have. I don't know if I have the Duchess Deal. I might have the Duchess Deal. I do have a bunch of her Castles Ever After books. I read a couple of those. I get confused about which series which books are in. So I need to keep better track of that. And this book, when I tell you how hyped I was that I found this book at the bookstore, I'm screaming. That's The Earl Takes All by Lorraine Heath. I forget which series, forget which series this is a part of, but this is a book right up my alley because we have our heroine who is pregnant and she's had like several miscarriages, and her husband goes off to war. I forget what he does. Something happens and he dies. But before he dies, he tells his twin brother that he has to pretend to be him to make sure his wife gets through her pregnancy and has a successful delivery of their child. And he ends up falling in love with her, or he's always loved her, and it's just the angst that this book is sure to bring. I cannot wait. I'm so excited that I finally got my hands on that book. And then the last historical I got was Surrender to the Devil, another Lorraine Heath. I've just been collecting her books lately. I haven't read any yet, but I just feel like the plots and the stories that she has are just like some things I would just completely fall in love with and are like right up my alley. So, and then so that's it for like my haul stuff. I have one more I have to share with you because I didn't get to do it before. Like I wasn't filming for a couple months because I just wasn't feeling up to it. So I didn't actually do a unboxing for the Mystic box for the, was it August, September Mystic box? I know the last one I did was I did Jennifer Hartman, I did Penelope Douglas and Pam Godwin. Yeah, I think it was August, September. Wait. July, August. I didn't do the unboxing for. So I'm going to show you the books in that. And that was the I don't even know what this series is called. The Blood and Roses series by Callie Hart. So we have volume 1, which has, my ring light is like a huge glare. And it has this beautiful stenciled edges. So this has books. Oh, this is the art print in it. A series and author I've not heard of, but just judging by that print alone, like I feel like I'm gonna like this. I think these are like a bunch of shorter stories because it has book 1, Deviant, in it. Deviant, oh no, the first 3 books, Deviant, Fracture, and Burn are in it. So we have the chapter pages, and then we have the headings. And I think those are all the same. And then we have volume 2. I'm trying not to get the glare. Sorry, the glare. Volume 2. And the edges, the fleur. I'm assuming this takes place in New Orleans because we have the fleur de lis and the Mardi Gras masks. I don't know. Here's the art print. I don't know if these go with those volumes. I just kind of threw them in there to have them. Again, we have our signed page. And this one is Fallen, Twisted, and Collateral are in here. So we have Fallen. And then these are the chapter headings for this book. So yeah, so this is a series. I don't know, it sounds interesting. I mean, just from looking at the prints and stuff alone, it sounds like it's gonna be like a dark mafia-esque romance. But those were the July, August Mystic box books. And that's it. That's my haul. So yeah, that's it. Those are all the books that I pretty much acquired since my last haul. Again, it's probably only about half of them because I've talked about others in other videos. But that's what I have for this video. And hopefully I'll do this. I'll go back to doing it every month or every 2 months or whatever I was doing before. We'll see how next year goes. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!